Hi guys, my name is Dorian. Welcome to another track guide. I'm just going to show you guys the lap real quick, and then we're going to go over it corner by corner. If you enjoyed, if it helped you at all, leave a like, subscribe, go over to my Discord, let me know in the comments what you think. That's it. Let's get on the track. Okay, so coming up to turn number one, we're looking for a braking point right now. And a lot of people have a tendency to brake early here. This is a very high downforce car. You need to trust it. And that's why we're braking super late. After we're clearing this strip of tarmac, I'm gonna start braking around 40%. Carry the car into the inside, downshifting into fourth, now into third. I'm easing off the brake as I'm going through the corner, so I'm not gonna trail brake yet, because as much as I want to carry the speed here, you still gotta slow down for this second gear corner. But I am easing off. I'm starting with 50% and I'm easing off. Gonna put it in second right now, and as soon as I put it in second, I'm gonna start turning in. This is right around the area where you really start turning in for the second corner. Definitely treat it as one corner though. Go on the inside, let it go on the outside, and go on the inside again, carrying as much speed as you can through it. I'm having the car pretty much neutral, way before the apex. The apex is it's been hidden by the windshield wiper, but the apex is right around here. I'm already at 70% throttle. As soon as I hit it, I know I can straighten out the wheel, and I'm at 100%. And I'm gonna try to carry the speed all the way to the outside. I don't like using this curb that much. It upsets the car, makes the rear end kind of loose, so I try to avoid it. There could be a little bit more speed if you flip it, but it's a little dangerous. Now, very important to use all of the track on the entry here. I'm keeping it in third gear, and I'm using the engine brake to put the weight on the front wheels. I'm just very aggressive lift. Clipping the first apex. You want to clip this one quite a lot. You don't want to clip it too early though. Take a look at the entire line. I'm straightening the car out, and I'm clipping the first apex using the engine brake, and I'm going back to the throttle just to stabilize the car, just to make it settle, so I can have a late apex on the second corner. I'm still in third gear. I'm dabbing the brakes. As you can see, the slightest dab. You can actually take it completely neutral without touching the brakes. I like to put a little bit of weight on the front end just to make it safe. You're not going to lose a lot of time, and use it. Take this corner as a very late apex, because you want to leave in the middle of the track. You want to exit it in the middle of the track to set yourself up for this corner. Very important to clip this whole green stuff here, because you want to set yourself up again to the middle of the corner so you can carry a lot of speed. Actually, you just want to carry the speed here. I'm staying in third, and I'm gonna downshift about halfway through. and I'm trail braking very gently the whole way through. I'm only gonna touch the throttle very late because I'm treating this corner as a sweeper with a very late apex. So I'm hugging it the whole way through, and I'm still keeping it neutral. I'm turning in. I'm about 90 degrees, and I'm very late on the throttle, as you can see here. Trying to stay as close to the right as possible, make my life a bit easier. Again, I'm being very patient. I already cleared the corner completely. I'm not at full throttle just yet. I'm only gonna do it about a couple tenths later than that, and I'm gonna immediately stick to the right. A lot of people like to go wide to the left there, thinking that's gonna give them any speed. It's not. You really want to set yourself up to this corner. Now, I don't like clipping this curb right here. I want to have a flat car, as flat as possible for the exit. I'm staying in third gear, and I committed quite early here. So as you can see, I'm full throttle right now. Very small lift, very short period of time, and I'm gonna floor it again. Feel free to lift for a little bit longer or a little bit later than where I lifted, and make sure the car just sticks on the inside here and you're on the rubber, on the racing line. It's very important for your exit. I'm gonna use all of the track and then some. This little bump right here that I've hit, I try to usually avoid that. It might have actually cost me, I don't know, a few thousandths of a second, but still on the line, very close to the edge here. And I'm gonna correct the car to the inside to take the shortest route possible. It actually gives you like half a tenth. If you just take the shortest route here, you can hug it the whole way through. And we're coming up to double danger, and there's a reason I call it that. All the speed here is on the curbs and all the danger is on the curbs. So you want to use them, but you want to be very tactical with how much you use them, so you won't upset the car too much. You can actually get floor damage on the first apex. So right before the 50, let's call it the 60, is where I'm gonna start braking, and I'm gonna slam the brake and immediately let off. I want to put a lot of weight in the front because I have to turn in the car very hard, and I want to reduce as much speed as possible with the car being neutral in the mid corner. I don't want to use too much inputs in the mid corner because, again, the car can get unsettled very quickly. So I'm gonna slam the brakes, stick it super slow, and almost immediately as I do, I'm gonna start letting off into fourth gear, flipping the apex here. Again, I just want to use my right tire right around here. This is the area where I want to put it. The car bounces. I'm very gentle with my inputs, just a tiny bit of trail braking to keep the weight in the front. Too much braking here, you're gonna spin the car. Too much speed or throttle here, some people might actually use throttle here, you can go very wide, and you don't want that because after you cross a certain point of this curb, there's no coming back. I'm being very gentle. I'm just trying to maintain the car and keep it settled. I'm not trying to gain a lot of speed here. Gonna be on full throttle for a very short period of time, and not a real braking point here. You just want to take precaution. So there's nothing here that's gonna tell you, look, you need to brake. Just experiment by braking early, and if you can see that you're too slow in the corners, start braking a little bit later. I really like braking early here. Into second gear, making sure I hit the apex here and I clip it very nicely, using the rubber and the camber in the road. Second gear, car very neutral when I'm in the apex, and I'm gonna start accelerating out of it quite aggressively because of all the rubber and because of all the camber in the road. Now this curb is it's vital that you clip it. You want to put your left wheels on it. That means you're using all of the track and you're carrying enough speed, but any more than halfway with the car, like if this part of the car was right around here, it would have beached. Couldn't put the power down. The car is too low to the ground, and it's just not gonna put the power down. You lose 2, 3, 4 tenths on the exit here. So you want to use this curb, but definitely keep your left wheel right around this green strip. Any more than that's gonna be a little bit dangerous. And we're gonna set ourselves up nicely into fourth gear. And there's a couple things that are really important. One, obviously the braking point here. Deciding where you want to brake is gonna mean everything in this corner. So as soon as this curb is kind of ending, I'm gonna start braking. I'm gonna start by lifting, and I'm gonna be neutral for a millisecond before I start braking, because as you can see with the wheel, I'm still straightening out the car. Now, if you're not comfortable doing this action so quickly, you can actually lift right around here and be neutral, let the car straighten out, and now brake. You're not gonna lose a lot of time. You might actually brake, you might have to brake a little softer to still carry the speed, but you're not gonna lose a lot of time if you lift even earlier, like right around here. I was trying to steal as much time as I could, so I've done it very quickly. I was already very comfortable. The track conditions are good, but you can definitely lift earlier, especially if you're drafting, and only start braking once you finish that curb. And we're gonna brake very hard, and I'm gonna start loosening up the brakes. Try to carry the speed on the outside. You don't want to stay on the inside the whole way through. You only want to be on the inside of this corner. I'm going to show you from the outside just so you'll see where the car is positioned. Only on the exit is where you want to when you want to be on the inside here. So you'll have plenty of room. Be very aggressive with throttle. You can see I'm quite early with the throttle. Look at the position I have it with it now. I'm at 60% with the wheel with over 90 degrees turned, because there's so much camber here and you've broken down all the speed. You can afford to have a heavy foot because the car doesn't have a lot of torque. All the power is at the top end. So as long as you're in low RPM, you can really be aggressive with the throttle for a little bit, as long as you know you're gonna time it correctly with opening up the wheel and having a straight line. Using all of the road on the exit. I don't like touching this curb on the exit. It can upset the car. It's like a 50-50. Let's look at it from the outside for a sec. Having a wide entry right on the limit of where the rubber is. I'm going on the inside. You do not, I repeat, do not have to clip this curb. A lot of people think you should. I don't think so at all. I think all the speed is on the outside here, and you only want to be close to it on the exit, so you have a wide exit. From this point on, it's pretty simple. I'm going to stay on the inside the whole way through. Just carrying the speed, staying on the inside here. There's so much downforce in this car. There's no real need to go wide there at any point, unlike other cars you might have driven here. Okay, and now we're looking for a braking point into spoon. Now this strip of tarmac is gonna make your life very easy. A little bit before it, if you want to be safe, right at it. You want to carry as much speed and be as fast as possible. Braking very hard, but not for long, just for my first downshift. As soon as I downshift, I'm gonna start, I'm actually downshifting into fourth here, if I remember correctly, and now into third, and I'm already trail braking. So only on your first downshift, you're gonna be hitting the brake very hard, releasing it for the downshifts, fourth, third, and I'm already trail braking on the first apex, trying to carry the speed. This corner is actually very similar to the first corner here, so keep that in mind. It's sort of the same technique. You're carrying the speed, but because it's not as fast, you want to accelerate halfway through. So you're accelerating halfway through just for a little bit, maybe a second or so, maybe even less than a second. And I'm already braking again into second gear, trying to have a wide approach. I'm gonna turn in, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 meters before the end of this curb. And I'm gonna be as smooth as possible here. I don't want to turn in too early. It's like a very late apex. As you can see, I'm only at 90 degrees, quite late into the corner. And I'm trying to find the apex. I'm constantly doing micro corrections, trying to make sure I'm sticking to the line and not clipping this apex too early, because that's going to damage your exit. Straighten out the wheel. I'm already 60-70% throttle. Looking for the curb on the way out. putting 2 wheels on it, not a problem. And again, we're taking the shortest route possible. Now I'm going to use all of the track. Always try to be very close to the white line here. I'm actually going to clip the grass just a little bit, just to make your inputs very soft here. It's going to help you save the tires a lot. So if you use all of the tracking, if you don't take a narrow line here, it's going to help you a lot by preserving your tires. You can clip this apex, no problem. And as far as speed is concerned, definitely stay on the inside. As far as tire management, let the car go wide a little bit. Don't fight it too hard. Don't lean on the tires too much. And we're coming up to a very crucial part of the track, because this is where I gain or lose 3 or 4 tenths every lap. So I'm looking for the braking point. I'm going to brake quite early, way before the 100. There's a little piece of dirt here. That could be a good braking point. But as you can see, this is sort of the area where I really start braking, around the 130, I would say. Braking very hard for a very long time, and I'm staying on the inside, making sure I'm not gonna turn in too early. Going over this white line into first gear, and I'm gonna turn in late. Still, I'm carrying the outside here. I'm trying to stay on the outside for as long as possible so I can carry the speed into the chicane. I want to clip the green stuff on the first apex, because I got all the weight, carrying a lot of speed. I got all the weight on the left side of the car, so it doesn't upset it as much. On the second curb, on the other hand, as you can see, as soon as I leave it, I start hitting the throttle just a little bit to settle the car down. I'm not trying to accelerate too much, I'm trying to settle the car down. And on the second curb, I actually try to avoid the green stuff. It's just, it makes for a bad exit. It looks like you're taking a faster line, a shorter route, but it's just a bad exit. You can clip the red stuff a little bit. I have about, I don't know, just a little bit of the left tire about halfway through the curb, and that's pretty much it for me. I don't want to do any more than that, because I'm trying to carry the speed. I'm trying to have a wide entry and, you know, maximize my approach and having a good, like, straight exit line out of this corner. Carrying the speed all the way to the outside. The car is going to rotate because I'm very aggressive with the throttle, and that's actually going to help me have a better line for the final corner. So you can carry the speed all the way to the outside, but it's gonna make it difficult for you to manage the final corner. And you want, if you're trying to do a time trial here or a qualifying lap, stay on the inside. It's gonna give you a 10th all the way through, flat out. That's gonna give us a 44.476. Guys, enjoyed it? Please leave a like, subscribe, let me know in the comments what you think I can do better. Jump on over to my Discord channel, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.